to match up with the Brewers, and Milwaukee was victorious in this one. The score was 5-1. Carlos Gomez was hot at the plate, collecting 3 hits in the game. He is among the NL leaders in triples. Kyle Lohse earned the victory on the hill, tossing a complete game gem. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. At the moment, the Brewers are in first place in the NL Central. They are enjoying a 5.5 game advantage. The Diamondbacks are in second place in the NL West, 5.5 back. The Rockies matched up against the Buccos at PNC Park, and Pittsburgh was victorious in this one. The final was 5-4. William Simpson was a major force at the plate as he drove in 4. Garrett Cole was the winning pitcher in this one, his 7th victory of the year. Right now, the Pirates are in 4th place in the NL Central, 8 games out of 1st. The Rockies sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, 11 games out of 1st. The St. Louis Cardinals went up against the G-Man in San Francisco, and it was the Cards who came away victorious, 8-1. Shelby Miller gave the bullpen a day off, turning in a complete game effort in the win. As of today, he is in the top 5 in the National League in strikeouts. Looking at the standings, the Giants sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're 17.5 games out of 1st. The Cardinals sit in first place in the National League Central Division. They are enjoying a 5.5 game advantage. The Cubs were in Boston to match up against the Bo Sox, and it was the boys from Northside Chicago who grabbed the W. The final score was 10-4. Nate Schierholtz had a huge day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3. Heading into today, the Red Sox sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division, 9.5 games behind first. The Cubs sit in last place in the National League Central Division, 20 games out of first. The Seattle Mariners battled the Tampa Bay Rays in St. Pete, and Tampa Bay was the winner. The final score was 7-6. At the moment, the Rays sit in first place in the American League East Division. They are enjoying a comfortable 6.5 game cushion. The Mariners sit in 4th place in the American League West. They're over 20 games out of first. The Detroit Tigers were in Baltimore to take on the O's, and it was the Orioles who came away with the win, 6-1. Jack Mead was dominant on the bump, grabbing the victory with a complete game effort. As of today, the Orioles sit in 2nd place in the American League East Division, 6.5 games back. The Tigers sit in 3rd place in the American League Central, 8 games out of first. The Chicago White Sox were in Cleveland to play the Indians at Progressive Field, and it was the Indians who came out on top. The final score was 7-6. Nick Swisher was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs. He is currently among the AL leaders in on-base percentage. Looking at the standings, the Indians are in 2nd place in the AL Central, only a half game back. The White Sox are 4th in the division, 10.5 back. The Yankees took on the Royals at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and it was the Royals who prevailed. The final was 5-4. Sonny Gray started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. Heading into today, the Royals are leading the American League Central. They have a small half-game advantage. The Yankees sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're 13.5 out of first place. The Rangers matched up against the Minnesota Twins at Target Field, and it was the Rangers who came away victorious. The final was 2-0. Tanner Scheppers twirled a dominating complete game shutout on the mound for the victory. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in shutouts. At the moment, the Twins sit in last place in the American League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Rangers sit in first place in the American League West Division. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd place. The Jays matched up against the Angels in Anaheim, and the Halos were victorious, the final 5-3. Hector Santiago threw well enough to earn his 9th W of the year. As of today, the Angels are in 3rd place in the AL West. They're 17.5 games out of first. The Blue Jays are in 4th place in the AL East, 12.5 games back. The Oakland Athletics paid visit to Minute Maid Park to do battle with the Stros. The A's came away with the win. The final score was 9-4. Yoenis Cespedes had a huge day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3. He has now hit safely in 7 straight games. A.J. Griffin was victorious on the mound and picked up his 10th win of the season. He is among the AL leaders in wins. Right now, the Astros are in last place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first. The A's are 2nd in the division, 10.5 back. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.